Hey friends! So this video is actually designed for yoga teachers, new, aspiring, whether you've never taught in your life. This is actually especially for you. It is not for yoga students, although of course you're welcome to listen and like and subscribe. I'm Megan, by the way. If we haven't met, I am a former elementary and middle school teacher, ESL teacher, now yoga, wellness. Today is specifically for yoga teachers who are having doubts about getting up in front of the class. Maybe you did your training, it was transformational, I'm sure, wherever you did it, right? It's such a journey inward. It brings up all this stuff and you grow and transform, and then, you learn the cues as well. But you bond with your classmates and have this inspiration to share with the world. I could totally understand we want to create Instagrams and share yoga, and it's like pouring out of our heart. And then when the time actually comes to schedule that class, it's like, there is so much to remember between all the cues, and only be affirmative and give variations. Don't even say modifications, give variations, and make sure that you time it properly, and make sure that your playlist is ready and your phone is charged and you're ready and you're showing up, early for that class. And then maybe the doubts creep in, right? Like maybe we've, rather than be inspired by that amazing studio owner, we are intimidated, or we pick apart ourselves while we put other people on this pedestal. So first of all, tip number one is remember that generally we're human, and the majority of humans are a bit nervous when they're about to do something brand new. So there's nothing wrong with you. We often think like we're the only one that feels that way before trying something new, doing something a little bit scary. It's generally everybody feels that way. Second tip, release the need for perfection, right? Emma Norris says, perfection is the mountain that has no peak. Being a perfectionist will literally make you sick. It's happened to me. I am recovered from that many, many years ago. We're human. Like I've called feet hands and hands feet and mixed up left and right. And you know what? Nobody cares. You giggle and you move on, because the truth is, and this is probably the biggest takeaway that has helped me to teach classes when I didn't think I was ready, it's not about you. So that's our ego work. That's where our ego work has to come in. And I think when you realize that you're not putting on a show, you're not there to impress, right? We know this, like you're not like putting on a Broadway show. You're there to connect with your students. You're there to serve. You're there to help. You're there to guide. You're there to be like an instrument of this practice. So getting out of how did I do? Do I look okay? All of that, it's like we are humans and we're here to meet people where they're at and help them, with the practice in the best way that we can. But when I would affirm to myself, I'm here to connect. I'm here to connect, not to impress. My mission is stronger than my critic. So affirmations like this, and I'll go back to my teacher training journals at the end. What is my why? And when you get out of all the details of daily life and signing up with studios and, doing your sequences, you're like, what is my why? When you come back to that, you go into teaching a class, I think, with the right intention, the pure heart. Also, hence the reason that I often use notes in my class. For years, I thought like you absolutely had to memorize everything. And I know some people say that, until I saw some of my most incredible teachers referring to notes. And I was like, oh yeah, because also, why not? Again, when you let go of your ego and you're not trying to put on a show, why are you not allowed to glance at notes, right? No, you don't want to sit there and have a paper in your face, of course, or a phone, but to prepare something beautiful and something strategic and to glance at it, because we're humans and we have 100 things going on, and maybe I didn't have time, or nor do I feel memorizing this is part of my work today. So yeah. So my friends, you know, the work we usually do is what we need most. So I actually created, recorded, edited, all of it, produced a meditation, a guided meditation for specifically for this. And it is helpful. I believe I actually also have you at some points in power poses, power postures, because the way that we hold our body also can dictate our mood. You don't have to go into them. You can actually just sit, or you can just imagine yourself in them. But essentially, I created this meditation, came from the heart, came from a bit of the solar plexus, you know, of like, we got this. Like, we have this light to share. Let's let those doubts and fears go out of the way. You know, there's always people that are going to know more than you. As long as you can help those people that are like yourself 3 years ago, help them. Just be that guide, be that person. So there's a link below if you want to preview the meditation. If you are interested in purchasing it, it's like the price of a cup of coffee. So I would love your comments, and voilà.